about the next generations. No. Is right, oh, in fairness, right? In fairness, I know a lot of you have said people should go and hold their governors responsible with what they are doing with money. I get you, okay? Or you know that statement is naive. It's part of it, okay, but it's completely naive. It is not the state governors that floated the naira, not the state governors that removed subsidy without any plan. It is not the state governors that increased all your taxes. It is not the state governors. Listen, these are policies of the federal government pronounced by Tifnumbu, whether you are APC or PDP, doesn't matter. You see other ones that they collected money and shared that money. Well, that is also hugely part of the problem. Okay? But there are many, many of you whose life does not revolve around what government is doing, which means if government has money and they have contractors that they are paying in order to, they give job out, fix road, they pay the contractors get their money in time, they pay their taxes, and the money continues to roll in the economy that way, right? Yes. But the problem is that the inflation, the hyperinflation that you have, and everything else, that one that affects you direct, those of you who have nothing to do with government per se. I'm talking about like you have nothing, you are just running your business is struggling. It's not because of a state governor collected money and looted the money alone. Okay, this is policy. Okay, so that you have to use so much money now to run your businesses, and you have to cut staff, you have to sack some people because the economy is not looking good anymore. That one has nothing to do with governors. These are direct policies that just policy pronouncements. When they increase the tariff, the custom tariff, that will make them declare so much money that say, we have generated 1.2 trillion. You read that in the papers, right? The Nigerian custom generates 1.2 trillion naira in 7 months because they increased the tariff. You know who is going to pay that money? You. Because everything they brought into Nigeria, everything they bring into Nigeria, that they charge them for, you will pay times 3, times 4 of what you used to pay for. And Tifnumbu can go and brag and say, oh yeah, we made more money from customs because they are just charging taxation. Just take money from them, charge them. Oh yeah, bring it. Where does the money go to? It goes straight into servicing the greed of these criminals. Don't ever forget that. You've lost your job. That's not because of a governor collecting money and it is Zaria. Could listen. What's the problem? Comprehension. Emotional intelligence. Comprehension. That's the problem. You are working as a banker. No, not as a banker. You are working as what can I use you as? So let's say you're working as a store manager somewhere, a big mall manager. And a state governor collected 10 billion naira. And he decided to use the money to create jobs in the local government areas. That's not your job. I mean, you have a job, right? Now, if the economy downturn that is hitting everybody left, right, and center hits your job or hits your business, then you lose that job. You don't go about and start shouting, now so that one wasted 10 billion naira. You need to face the main economy policies that took that your job. Do you understand? So he was right. Well, yeah. He didn't miss the chance of telling all of them that we have listened to you. He's a state governor that collects money every month. He's on his second term. He's now 5 years as governor of Bauchi State. He was a minister, by the way, Bala Muhammad. You know him. Now, Bala Muhammad, as a governor of Bauchi State, in 5 years, has had more children out of school than all of his predecessors combined. Before this criminal became Bauchi governor, well, they actually had less than 400,000 out of school children in Bauchi. Yeah, then the Boko Haram and the rest of them. Today they have more than 800,000. But I'm not saying 800. I say 800,000 school-age children who are supposed to be in schools, but they are not. They're either roaming the streets left, right, and center, or they are roaming the streets. Because, I mean, what would they be doing? Now, the way they quickly put it in. If Tifnumbu, it's not our fault that Tifnumbu has failed enough. All these youth, they have no job. Bauchi State is also one of the states with the highest number of unemployed people. Highest number of, is also one of the states with a, high number of poorest people in Nigeria. But these guys are living large, like for real. They are billionaires and they are, in their own right. So I quickly want to jump into it and say, 2027, he will invite Tifnumbu to come and join his campaign. He wants to be president of Nigeria. It's always about the next election, my dear. For these rogues, it's never about the next generation. Know this, and you will know peace. See, here is the interview granted the father of the young man, 16-year-old Ismail Muhammad, that got killed by the military, by the soldiers in Kaduna, Zaria yesterday. Oh, it was actually like 2 days ago, not yesterday, because it was yesterday that this interview took place after the burial, when the Nigerian army went to him and gave him 300,000 naira compensation. Some said, no, it was just a gift from the pocket of the military chief that visited his family. Others said, no, it's compensation. See the way they package it. Compensation for the loss of life. In Anambra, when Obaino was governor, if you kill a cow in Anambra State, they will pay you, you will pay 500,000 naira. If you kill if the cow owner kill anybody in Anambra, they would have to pay, guess, 500,000 naira as well. So it was cheap. It's much like life. It's a bit kind of more, more valuable in Anambra than in Zaria. This is just my own opinion. Okay, let's go see what the old man had to say. And the credit for this clip goes to the news central who conducted this interview. So let's go listen.
And we're broadcasting live here on News Central Television, and we have breaking news. Well, earlier on, we were joined by our man, Emmanuel Bagudu, who is live in Zaria, giving us an update concerning the death of a 16-year-old boy who was killed, allegedly, by a bullet from the gun of an officer. According to the community in Samaila, they said the officers were not provoked, hence their actions seem to be very, very worrisome and in question. Well, the latest update is that the public relations officer for the Nigerian Army, Major General Oyema Nwachukwu, has stated that the army, who indeed pulled the trigger that led to the death of young Muhammad, the soldier, beg your pardon, who pulled the trigger that led to the death of the young lad, has been arrested. That's what we get. We do hear that the army has been detained, and most importantly, he's being held, and more questions will be asked. We do have our man who's joining us once again. Emmanuel, he's there. A few minutes ago, we did see the entire scenario of what took place from where the bullets passed through the door to the wall, and it was mentioned that it hit the 16-year-old Muhammad on his neck, just right there. But I do have feeders that we have Emmanuel who's joining us again. Emmanuel, if you can hear me. So what's the latest now, especially having spoken to the father? Can you categorically let him share with us what Muhammad's life was like before it was sniffed or taken away from him? And most importantly, who was he in the community? Was he troublesome? And most importantly, was he part of the protesters who joined in desecrating and scattering and looting and stealing? Was he a looter, or, as alleged, he was really in the house? He never joined the protest and the likes. We'd like to know more about the 16-year-old late Muhammad.
Okay. I can still confirm that I'm still at the residence of the late Samaila Mohammed, who was allegedly, killed by the bullet wounds of officer of Nigerian Army. I'm with the father here. I'm going to ask him those questions. Baba, Tembeka, wanda abubuwa ne kai ka shi Ismaila wanda irin yaro ne mai kirki
mai kwarai kuwa
yaro ne wanda shi baya neman tsokana baya neman fitina
yaro ne mai kirki
kamar da ake cewa yara ne su fito suna
baya neman fitina
wanda irin yaro ne shi kafin ya rasu
decent person ne kuma shi loyal very class boy kuma educated boy very intelligent yana makaranta zai shiga SS1 yanzu zai shiga SS1 sana'a shi dinki tailor ne best student
Wow. So
yanzu kayan jiki na nan shi dinka musu.
Why he's saying that he was a very, very industrious person, a very good boy, intelligent boy. In fact, he's a tailor. That is very fabric that he's wearing, the father is wearing. It was Ismaili that actually sewed it, and that has been testified by the neighbors here. And that the boy is a very, very, very hardworking boy. He's a very, very loyal boy. He doesn't protest, doesn't do anything. After he comes back from school, he just go into his tailoring shop and continue doing his business and doesn't find any trouble anywhere. That's what the father just said in Hausa. Thank you.
Can you also confirm if at any point he decided to join the looters and possibly the protesters instead he would also want to protest?
Okay, baba akwai lokacin da yace shi ina so ya shiga wanda suke zanga-zanga.
Ai ko atem shi bai san hayaniya ma shi mu ba mu taba yi a samar ma gaba ɗaya samar tun da aka fara up to date ba a yi wani zanga-zanga ba wani hayaniya da aka yi a samar ba abin da ya faru su kullun suna gida kullun suna shago daga umar gida sai shagon su yawa.
Well, he said there was never a time that there was even a protest in Samaru in the first place. So since there was no protest in Samaru, how would the boy even think of going for a protest? So there is no protest, so there was no reason for the boy to even ask that he wants to go for protest. That the boy has never told anyone that is going for protest. That is only between him, it's only between his house and his tailoring shop. And that is a very, very, very obedient boy, and that has never been part of any protest before. Thank you.
All right, the director of the Army Public Relations has released a statement that the soldier who actually pulled the trigger has been detained. Can you ask late Mohammed's father, Ismaila Mohammed's father, if he's expecting any justice from this released statement? And most importantly, is he looking forward to see justice prevail?
Okay, so Baba, sun ce Army sun fitar da statement da safan da sun ce ai sun kama sojan nan da ya kashe yaron ka.
To.
Kuma su za su hukunta shi.
To.
Kai a kanin ka wannan magana zai tasiri.
To sun dai faɗa. Amma dai mu muna expecting dai su su mana adalci kuma su biya mu diya yaron mu. Yawa. Kawai ni abin da zan iya faɗa kenan. Yawa.
Yes, he said he heard about the statement. He read the statement from the Army Public Relations Officer. And then, of course, all fingers are crossed that he's just watching to see what will come out of it. But what he's hoping is for justice, that he should be compensated, and then justice should prevail. That it shouldn't be just announcement that the officer was arrested. That it has to be followed with action. That's what he just said in Hausa. Yeah.
Okay, finally, Manuel, I know he's actually bereaved, and this may not be a good time.
Stop asking all this your dumbo question. The part I wanted you to see is just that. I mean, what was the life of Ismaila Mohammed like? And we've heard that another promising soul cut short. Yeah, another promising lad, his life has been cut short. And 47 others too, by the way. 47 others have been killed in the last 7 days. Yesterday, the same murderous police, as well as their hired thugs, with the weakest thugs, attacked the protest in Port Harcourt, where they robbed the protesters, and therefore prompting them to say today, they will stand and resist the police and the thugs, and if this is going to turn to a shootout, so be it. So I bring back to you. So I bring for you, ladies and gentlemen, what was it like generally in Rivers State yesterday? This is from yesterday. It's quite an interesting watch and a very, very interesting outing too. Let's go watch. It's a bit of a long watch, okay? But all from Rivers State. This is not Kano, not Kaduna, or any part of northern Nigeria. Here.
Sorry, let me see.
let me all Tinubu, let me your papa Paulo. Leave that seat.
Catch fire. Before come down, I want 50 now, I want 1,200 naira.
We don't agree, oh. Nigeria must have our voice. Go! This is the one time suffer. Everybody is suffering. Judiciary must be autonomy. NI must be autonomy. Nobody talk about weapon for you again. Nobody talk about weapon for you.
That was what went down in Rivers State, Port Harcourt to be precise, yesterday. And there is more. But this time I want you to listen to what the NNPC GMD had to say about the Dangote's allegation. And he just told Dangote, you would need to go and find your own crude oil as well. Forget about these things. Though. Well, yeah, was Mele Kyari appearing before a Senate committee investigating the allegations of sabotage by Dangote, that some people are sabotaging him. Here is the guy, the lead, the ringleader of the supposed people with the sabotage your brother, Dangote. Meanwhile, what happened to that? I'm going to keep asking, I don't know everything. And when I don't know something, I ask questions, right? What happened to that oil, that crude oil they discovered in Bauchi and Gombe 2 years ago? You remember that one? I'll bring you the picture very soon. But listen to this guy. Yeah, just the defense of why Dangote is being sabotaged. If you can make any sense out of this, please.
And committed to the progress and development of this country. We are Nigerians. I'm not sure we like this country. We do not, Mr. Chairman. It is our duty to protect the overall interests of this country by the provisions of the law, Mr. Chairman. The Petroleum Industry Act, the Company and Allied Matters Act, and other enabling regulations and laws that govern the activity of the oil and gas industry. Mr. Chairman, we are not in breach of any one of them. Mr. Chairman, the NNPC is a company owned by over 200 million Nigerians. And I happen to be the chief executive of this company. And the law is clear around what the chief executive of this company will do. Our Memorandum Article of Association, the Petroleum Industry Act, and all other enabling, including CAMA, which was legislation by this Honorable National Assembly. They are clear that the board and management of NNPC must maximize value for this company, Mr. Chairman. This company cannot have negative profits for 3 years. The CAMA says you can shut it down. Mr. Chairman, it's our job to protect this company, but it's also our job to protect other businesses around us. Mr. Chairman, let me be specific. And I will wait for the public hearing, and I also agree with my Honorable Minister that it should be broadcast live so that Nigerians will hear us, so that all the misinformation that you see today will be put beside, so that Nigerians will know the truth. And all of us here see what's happening in the media.